their boards out. Everyone has their markers.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Now, as always, with EBLI, you have our points game. You know that when I see some good things, when I see you doing what we have been instructed to do, we are going to get a point on the student side. If I see some things that you are not supposed to do, like you are writing on the board before you're supposed to, if you're drawing pictures, wasting ink, I get points. If you're talking while I'm talking, I get points. If you're not giving me slant, looking directly at me during the lesson, except for when you're writing, I get the point. So, is that clear?
Yes.
All right.
Yes, sir.
So we are doing our multi-syllable spelling lesson today. We're using a word that has more than one syllable. So I'm going to talk to you about the word, and the word we're going to use today is courageous. Courageous is to be brave. It's to have courage. Now, we've heard the word courage before, right?
Yes.
So courageous is a word that's similar to courage. So it has similar spelling, but they have some extra letters in there, and we're going to explore that. So I'm going to write down the line as we say the word courageous, so you can see how many syllables the word has. So we're going to say courageous together on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Courageous.
Okay, now we have how many syllables?
3.
3. All right, so we're going to break it up. We have core. How many sounds do you hear in the first syllable of courageous? Core. Yes, how many sounds? So how many would that be? 2. Yes, so I want you to mark your boards the same way I have. We have 3 lines to show our syllables, and now we have 2 sounds in the first syllable. Core. Core. Now we're going to have our middle syllable, and that is A. So how many sounds did you hear in there? Yeah. 1. Yes, very good. We have 1. And then finally, in our word courageous, how many sounds do you hear in just? Say it. Just.
2.
That's it. Here, let's try it again. Just. How many do you hear? Fill your mouth. How many times did you move your mouth? Say it. 3 times, yes. There are 3 sounds in the final syllable of courageous. So now what we're going to do is we're going to see if we could possibly try to spell it using the EBLI lessons that we've already learned. So in the first sound of courageous, we have a k. What is making that sound? What is making that sound? Mark that down on your board now. Okay, in the second sound, we said it was or, courageous. So or. What is making that sound? Courageous. Or. I want you to mark that down. What do you think is making that sound in the word? Please remember that we can make sounds with 1, 2, 3, or even 4 letters can make a sound. Now in the middle, there's some interesting things here. In the middle, we have A. What's making the A sound, you think? You know there are a lot of ways to make an A sound. What do you think is representing the A sound in courageous? It's not a raise of the hand, it is just marked on your board. So the first syllable was or. Now we have A. Now what is the first sound in just? Ch, ch. What is making that sound? Please mark your boards. We are not speaking out, we're just marking. J. Your board should look like mine. There's 3 lines at the bottom representing 3 syllables. Then in our first syllable, we have 2 sounds. We determined that we had 2 sounds. In our middle syllable, we have 1 sound, which is A, what's making that sound A. And then we're now on our final syllable, which has 3 sounds in it. So you should have a long line with 3 smaller lines on top. Okay, so we have marked the first sound, J, courage, Now we have is the second sound. What could be making the in courageous? Think of other words that may have that similar ending. Mark your boards. All right. And then we're going to end with the last sound, courageous. Courageous. Mark the last sound, please. All right. I'm going to put that here. So we marking 3 sounds. Okay. Interesting. What do you think that is? Courageous. Courageous. What do you think that sound is? All right. Now, we're going to look at it. And I've seen some very interesting things. So now I want you to look at what we do as I write the correct spelling of the word courageous on the board. I am going to circle the first sound because I've seen some errors. And it's an honest error because there's 2 or more ways that that sound could appear in courageous. The correct sound is going to be C. If you had a K, that's a possible sound, but the correct sound is C. That's a hard C. Then we have, let's go on to the next one. We're not erasing just yet. I do want you to circle that though. I do not want you to erase just yet. I want you to circle. So this is putting in the mind that this could be tricky when we try to spell it again.
No, it's not.
The next one was or. What I noticed that a lot of you did is you put what you regularly would use for or, O-R. However, in this one, it's an unusual spelling of that sound. It's O-U-R. O-U-R. So we're going to circle that because that, again, could be an unusual spelling or a different spelling than what we believe it to be. And then we're going to the middle syllable. And most of you at this part, right. This is an A, courageous. You heard that long A sound in there? Courageous. This is one of the ways that we hear A in a word, the A sound in a word. Now let's go to just. This is where it got really interesting and what I saw on the board. What I was pleased to see is that most of you put the correct representation of the sound just for this word. It is a G. However, this has a GE that is making GE.
Yes.
Some of you did get this. So I'm going to put another point up there. And I like how everybody is being attentive. Now then we had the This was the one that a lot of people, well, we didn't get that right. But that's okay, we're going to make it right. We are going to circle this one because this one was a little tricky, had that E in there. And we're going to circle the middle one. I guess you could say it's silent here. But we're just going to talk about that combination makes the J sound. So if it was just courage, remember, we've seen that before, courage, we had that GE at the end. All right. So the middle sound in the last syllable is, most of you put a U there. I saw an I also. That was interesting. It's actually an OU. I know. And then at the very end, most of us got that one right. That is an S. All right. So let's look at this again. S. We're gonna put it, let's say it together in the sound. S. And then we're gonna put it together. Courageous. We're gonna say it again and break it up. And we're gonna put that together. Courageous. Everybody. Give me 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Sure. I'll get that later though. In the middle of a heavy lesson. Thank you. All right. Let's continue. I like how everybody remained silent and we went on with our lesson. We're going to keep moving. Keep it moving. So courageous. So we're going to erase the letters. Do not erase anything else but the letters. And we're going to leave our skeleton. Because this is going to remind us where the sounds go, and it's going to remind us how many syllables we have. So go ahead and erase what you have, all the letters out, leaving the skeleton behind. Remember that the circles are showing us that that would be an unusual spelling of the sound, something that we're not used to, but it's possible. All right, when you have your skeleton left behind, we are going to rewrite it again. I'm going to say the sounds, you're going to write the sounds within your skeleton, and I'm going to see who did it correctly. If it's not correct, I'm just going to come by, I'm going to correct it for you, and we're going to see where we're making our errors so that we can adjust as we move on. So, we have mark the A J S. When you're done, give me a thumbs up. If you need more time, knock on the table. All right, we got a couple people. So we have K, A, J, S. Courageous. Courageous.
Gary, report to the main entrance. Kenya Gary, report to the main entrance.
All right, so now I'm going to look and see how things are going. All right. Very good. We're helping out. Good job. If you like, sure. Very good. So if I make a correction, make note of the corrections. Put it down. All right. All right. So now I want you to erase everything off of your board. Just erase the board. And this is going to be our final tryout to do the word courageous. We're going to write the word courageous at the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Right. Remember to make your sounds as you write. Or, a, just.
Wow, that's that's long. That's about like it. Great.
Yeah. Almost. Let me put your board down. Very good. Excellent. Good effort. Oh, I see it now. You're good. Yeah. You're good. You got it? All right. John. Good job. All right. Awesome, class. All right. It is almost time for dismissal. So I want you to clean off your boards, and we're going to collect our markers for the next time. Thank you for doing such a great job. And look, you guys got 5 points. Let's give ourselves a